Hi guys, Bran here, and welcome to another commentary video. Today it's going to be a little bit more of a somber video. I'm just going to talk about some feelings I've been having lately in terms of Dead by Daylight and how they were spurred upon by another game that I used to play a lot that I recently tried getting back into, and kind of realizing the disturbing parallels that are between these two games. So recently there was a sale for Activision games, and all the old CODs were on there, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 2 has a very, very special place in my heart because Black Ops 2 was like the first game that I took seriously. The first game I started learning like recoil patterns and going way into, like we always talk about on this channel, like about perks and the numbers behind perks and why perks are effective and certain perks aren't, and balancing issues. That was kind of like the first game I ever went hard at that sort of stuff, was Black Ops 2. So I really cared passionately about that game. Also, that game got me through some really, really rough times. And that's some rough real life stuff that I won't get into too deep. But yeah, it's just like, it was just a really awful time in my life at the time. So Black Ops 2 got me through some rough patches for sure. And I really care about that game a lot. So when I saw it was on sale, I picked it up because I was like, hey, wow. This game means a lot to me, and I haven't played it, and I don't even know how long. So I want to go play that game again. And little did I know that, that's not to say that I didn't have fun with it, but it was very, very far from the experience I had back in the day. And you know, nothing's gonna repeat the heyday of the game, right? Like it's almost a 10-year-old game at this point, and it might be a 10-year-old game at this point or older. But it's a really, really old game, and you know, when I had, you know, logged on, there was 1,000 people, and it was all team deathmatch, which makes me sad because I like domination the most. But it was all team deathmatch, and I played, and it was really sucky because like there was aimbots, there was wall hackers, and these are people that, like these weren't the people that like bought the game on sale. Those were the people that were legacy players that had always been there on the Steam version of the game, always playing on the PC version of the game, just audaciously hacking. Like, and that's the beautiful part about like COD games compared to like Dead by Daylight, is like there's no way to, like, unless you're a survivor and you die, to like spectate a cheater, right? Like, but with COD, there's kill cam. So if somebody like headshots you through a wall, like across the map, and they have no idea you're there, it's pretty obvious that they're hacking, right? Like, you can very obviously be like, hey, that was cheating, you know? It's a lot easier to point out. And there was just like so much, and it feels like every other lobby I played there was just like somebody who was very obviously like very, very hard hacking and just like not caring about it. I remember one time I was in a lobby and somebody like straight up like was yelling at the guy in the text box, and the guy was like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And he's right. like this man is hacking in a 10-year-old game. Do you think Activision cares to ban that guy? Like, you know, Steam may care, but like realistically, yeah, that's like that's kind of that's rough, buddy. That's rough. Like, what can you do about that? And now the game here, hold on, I'm literally gonna boot up the game right now, so give me a second because the background's gonna change, but I'm gonna boot up the game right now and see the player count in TDM right now because it's been a couple weeks since that experience. Alright, so I just logged into Blops 2 just to see how many people were playing online at the time, and there were quite literally 152 people, and that's just a couple weeks difference. That game went from 800 to 1,000 people average from like the weekend of that sale, and it's all the way down to 152 people. And I think it's like this is correlation. It's not causation exactly, but I think it's pretty obvious to tell why so many people left the game just based on like the multiple matches I'm having. Is like just having such a rampant hacking problem meant that like nobody could enjoy the game the way they used to. Because so many people were just ruining the experience for other people just by hacking. And to bring that full circle to DVD, I think that's the future that we're barreling towards. And it really kind of scares me because, like, we just had that big situation we had recently when we had the hacking killers, like the killer bots and the survivor bots, and they did a massive ban wave, and now the killer bots are back again. If you don't know this, Choi did post a video recently, I think. Yeah, Choi did post a video recently talking about how the killer bots are back. There's a more sophisticated version. They built their own AI from the ground up, so it's not just as simple as behavior to like kill switch something. They've built their own bot and their own AI. So now essentially it's going to be incredibly hard for behavior to take direct action against these new killer bots. It's more efficient than ever before. They even have this like all kill button as opposed to like an all like a 4-man escape button. Like they're just, it's just awful. It's just terrible. And it feels like every single time we get rid of this like major like surge of hackers, like just another major surge comes back in. And every time we get a major surge of hackers out of the game, another major surge comes back in. And I feel like, and the player count's dropping, and the player count's been dropping for like a year, and it's just, player count continues to drop, but the amount of hacking continues to go up. And I'm just seeing the parallels here, and it just, I'm having like an existential like crisis with like the game itself right now, just based on like what I'm seeing in another game that I love that went by the wayside. It's just like player count goes down, hacker counts go up, so even the people that want to still commit and play to this game are going to be facing hackers, more and more hackers over time as player counts dwindles, which then like in a sense makes hacking indirectly more common, because there's going to be more of those players that, because like the new hacking bot, you don't even have to like be at the computer, you can just like run it in the background while you're doing other things, so that you don't even have to waste any of your own personal time to hack DBD anymore, but you're wasting the time of so many other people. And it's not, I just want to make this clear, it's nowhere near the point of like devastation or anything yet. It's like the game's not dying or dead yet or anything like that, but like I don't know, I'm just seeing the parallels, and I'm seeing the future. I am seeing the future ahead of us, where Dead by Daylight is going to, as any game does, whether that's their fault or not, like lose their player base. And as they lose their player base, they are going to, and that's going to therefore make the hackers way more prevalent. And then when the hackers are way more prevalent, then it's going to be hard for people who actually want to play and enjoy the game to actually play the game and be forced out elsewhere. And I don't know. I don't think DBD is going to be in that situation like with Blops, where they're going to actually like, people are going to want to go back and play the game. Like imagine a future where like most of the population in Dead by Daylight are hackers. Like imagine a future where most of the population in Dead by Daylight are people who are wishing to hack or are actively hacking. Do you really think people are going to like stick through and play this game or have nostalgia for this game? Like there's so many people who actively play the game every day, all the time, who still hate it. People who are absolutely miserable playing this game all the time, who still actively play it. So imagine if like they had to deal with hackers all the time. Like those people would be quitting in droves, like literally quitting in droves. And that's just like, I don't think the game is good enough for people to weather a mostly hacking population, or a situation where the more hackers become more and more prevalent, right? And I mean, even a game that was like as legendary as Black Ops 2, you saw that like that game after its sale lost so many, just all the way down from like 1,000 players to 152, like gone. Everybody's like, wait, this game's infected with hackers, goodbye. So it's just funny, because like that game was actually really fantastic, really competitively sound, had so many good memories, such good maps. It's just, from the top to the bottom, was a fantastic game. And at the end of everything, it's still like, I don't know, like if a game as legendary as Black Ops 2, like people didn't stick around for like the hacking of people in that game. I know for sure a game as buggy, as messy and unsound, and as often unfun as Dead by Daylight, nobody is going to have that nostalgia hit for DBD if there's that many hackers in the game someday. it's just not going to be a thing. Like, people are not going to want to go back and play this game. And I think that's that's haunting to me, right? Like, this game isn't even going to have that post game life that a lot of games have, where, you know, like I said, like there'll be like a Steam sale and people will go back and buy it and play it for nostalgia purposes. I don't think this game will have that life. I don't think it will, because like, it's just too much. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Is like, the hacking in this game is like aimbotting and like wall hacking is very frustrating in COD, don't get me wrong, but like literally having like an all kill button in DBD, like, this game's not going to be fun at all to play against hackers at all, literally at all. And they are going to just, I don't know, this game's not going to have a post-game life is what I'm trying to say. It's like, this game is not going to have a post-game life. It's not going to have any sort of second wins like these other games are having, because this game, like, powering through, you can't really power through the kind of hacks that people use in this game. Like the soft hacks can be pretty annoying, right? But like stuff like an all kill button or like a super killer bot that just knows where you are the whole time, it's just, that stuff's like, this isn't even like, there won't be fun to be had. Like like there's no reason to push through all that in Dead by Daylight's case. There's no fun on the other side. At least with like COD, you're still trying to like try different guns and do different tactics. So like there's still stuff to do, even if there's an aimbotter in the match, and there's so many other people in the match that like not everybody's aimbotting. So like you'll at least have like fun interactions with like other people that aren't hacking still. That Dead by Daylight doesn't have that situation. So I don't know. I feel like this game won't have a post-game life. If I'm trying to like funnel this towards a specific point, is like the way the hacking is conducted in Dead by Daylight, that like I feel like it's more annoying than most games like post-game hacking situation. And I don't think people will want to come back and play this game once it's like has such a low player count that like hackers are kind of the only thing around. And the fact that the game has such prevalent hacking issues and it's still in its heyday. I know it doesn't feel like it because we've been losing players for a long time, but it still doesn't fall past top 50 on Steam, which is still a good achievement. But like it's having this tremendous of issues with hacking, and the game is still alive and beating, right? Like imagine this game with lessened support for behavior. Like imagine this game if behavior cared even less about reports, cared even less about hacking, because, you know, population is dwindling over time. Imagine that world, and that world is not fun, and that's not a world that people will play and enjoy. And I don't know. I think it's like the opposite of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I am seeing no light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing that situation only get worse and worse and more terrible, and that's just kind of like, I don't know, that was just a hard pill to swallow when I realized that, because I had been playing Blops 2 again for a little bit, and people were leaving in droves over the hacking in Blops 2, obviously. For, like, all the people they gained who bought the game for the sale, like, all left. They all left. So now it's just the loser hackers who have nothing to do but, like, ruin the time of people in a 10-year-old game. And I feel like DBD won't even have that. They won't even have that like, people coming back and having their time ruined, because it's like people will quit that quicker than anything else, and they just kind of like, hacking is so much more annoying in this game because of just the format. So that this game just doesn't have a post-game ending. This game I don't see having a post heyday life, and I don't know where that leaves us. Where will we go? What will we do? What will we play? Where will we end up? I don't know. It's kind of daunting questions to ask, and to be honest, we don't have to worry about them right now, technically, because I feel like that's still a long time away, where we have to worry about that sort of thing. But I don't know. It's just spooky to think about a time where DBD won't even have a post-game life, so we will just literally one day just never be touching this game ever, like ever again. And that's just, I don't know. It's kind of haunting to think about that when we've spent so much time on it, you know. But yeah, that was a little bit more of like a perilous existential video. I'm sorry. Usually I'm like, perk dumb, perk great, map bad, map good. Like, that's kind of like the usual content I make. But this one was just like, I just realized this situation, and I just wanted to like talk about it, because it's just, Ooh, it's worrisome. Ooh, it's worrisome. And I just wanted to get my worries out into the ether because I know you guys probably feel the same. And maybe if you didn't, you just kind of didn't think about it. So, I don't know. Just putting thoughts out there. It is what YouTube channels are for. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Sorry this one was a little bit more of a bummer, but, you know, not everything can be happy all the time. I appreciate you still spending time with me and hanging out with me. But other than that, that's it for this video. I do upload daily, though, so hopefully I will see you tomorrow. And if I don't, I will see you when I see you, friends. Goodbye.